Menopause Happens Your Way. Menopause symptom relief and hormone-smart lifestyle strategies to help midlife women reclaim energy, balance mood, sleep, and thrive. Written by Vera Langston. Narrated by Barbara Cannonen. Introduction. Menopause is not the beginning of the end. It is the beginning of the rest of your magnificent life. Christiane Northrup, M.D. The audiobook you are listening to represents more than just another health audiobook. It's a roadmap to reclaiming control during a transformative stage that too often feels like it's controlling you. When hot flashes disrupt your sleep, mood swings strain your relationships, and brain fog clouds your thinking, it's easy to believe this is simply what menopause looks like. I'm here to tell you there's another way. I created this audiobook because I've witnessed too many brilliant, capable women resign themselves to years of discomfort, believing it was their inevitable fate. As both a healthcare practitioner and a woman who has navigated these waters myself, I've seen firsthand how the right knowledge can transform menopause from a sentence to be endured into an opportunity for renewal. Beyond the one-size-fits-all approach. Maria, a 49-year-old executive, came to me after months of debilitating night sweats and anxiety that were affecting her performance at work. "I feel like I've lost myself," she confided during our first meeting. Like many women, she had tried random supplements recommended by friends and generic advice from wellness blogs, but nothing seemed to help her specific symptoms. Then there was Denise, a 52-year-old teacher whose fatigue was so overwhelming she could barely make it through her workday. She had been told by well-meaning friends to just push through it and that it would eventually pass. She felt isolated and misunderstood. These stories, and hundreds more like them, revealed a pattern. Women were being offered cookie-cutter solutions for an experience that is profoundly individual. Each woman's hormonal landscape is as unique as her fingerprint, shaped by genetics, lifestyle, stress levels, and personal history. This realization became the foundation of this audiobook. Your menopause journey doesn't have to mirror anyone else's. You can craft your own path, one that honors your body's specific needs and allows you to thrive. The science behind your symptoms. Throughout this audiobook, you'll discover why hot flashes wake you at 2 a.m., why your energy levels plummet by mid-afternoon, and why foods you once enjoyed now trigger discomfort. More importantly, you'll learn precisely how to address these challenges through evidence-based strategies that work with your body, not against it. I've distilled decades of research and clinical experience into practical, actionable guidance. You'll find that complex hormonal interactions are explained in clear, relatable terms. No medical degree required. I believe firmly that understanding why certain approaches work empowers you to make informed choices that stick. Your personal hormone harmony plan. The heart of this audiobook is the development of your personalized approach to hormonal balance. You'll identify your unique symptom patterns and learn to select strategies that address your specific needs, whether it's cooling techniques that actually prevent hot flashes rather than just managing them, sleep-enhancing practices that work with your changing hormonal patterns, nutrition approaches that support mood stability without deprivation, movement routines that energize rather than deplete. Each chapter builds upon this foundation, offering layered solutions that you can implement at your own pace. The goal isn't an overnight transformation, but a sustainable change that grows more effective over time. A community of wisdom. This audiobook wouldn't exist without the generous insights of the women who shared their stories with me, the dedicated researchers advancing our understanding of menopause, and the practitioners who continue to pioneer integrative approaches to women's health. I'm particularly indebted to Dr. Emily Chen, whose groundbreaking work on the connection between stress response and hormonal balance has influenced many of the approaches in this audiobook. My deepest appreciation goes to my patients who have trusted me with their most vulnerable experiences and whose courage continues to inspire me daily. Their willingness to experiment, adapt, and share what works has enriched this audiobook immeasurably. Your journey begins here. As you listen through these chapters, remember that this audiobook is designed to be your companion, not a rigid prescription. You are the expert on your own experience. My role is simply to offer you the tools, insights, and confidence to navigate this transition on your own terms. Menopause represents an invitation to reconnect with yourself at a deeper level. It asks you to listen more attentively to your body's signals and honor its changing needs. When embraced with awareness and the right support, this phase can become not just manageable, but transformative. Thank you for allowing me to accompany you on this journey. I'm genuinely excited for you to discover how much better you can feel when you approach menopause in a way that honors your unique biochemistry and life circumstances. The wisdom you gain here will serve you not just through menopause, but for decades beyond. Your path to feeling energized, balanced, and fully alive awaits. Chapter 1. Embracing the Change. Transforming menopause from burden to blessing, from enduring to thriving, the hidden power of your menopausal journey. We've been told a story about menopause that simply isn't true. For generations, women have been conditioned to view this natural transition as something to dread, endure, and survive, a biological burden marked by hot flashes, mood swings, and sleepless nights. This narrative has cast a shadow over a phase of life that deserves illumination, not darkness. What if I told you that menopause isn't just something that happens to you, but something that happens for you and through you on your own terms? The truth about menopause lies not in resignation, but in reclamation. When we peel back the layers of misinformation and cultural stigma, we discover that this biological transition offers unexpected gifts, a chance to reassess priorities, rediscover personal power, and reimagine the second half of life. This chapter marks the beginning of a transformative journey from viewing menopause as an enemy to embracing it as a catalyst for profound growth and renewal. The symptoms that many women experience, from hot flashes to sleep disturbances, from mood shifts to energy fluctuations, are not simply inconveniences to be endured, but signals that invite us to listen more deeply to our changing bodies. Too many women approach menopause feeling helpless due to fragmented information and conflicting advice. The medical establishment often reduces this complex transition to a hormone deficiency requiring medication, while popular culture frequently trivializes or ignores it altogether. Both extremes leave women stranded between fear and dismissal, lacking the comprehensive understanding needed to navigate this significant life phase with confidence. The path forward lies not in passive acceptance, but in active engagement, learning to work with your changing body rather than against it. This chapter lays the foundation for a fundamentally different approach to menopause. We'll explore how to understand menopause not as a medical condition to be fixed, but as a natural biological process to be navigated with wisdom and intention. You'll discover how to reframe your menopausal experience from a burden to a blessing by recognizing the opportunities it presents for personal growth and self-discovery. Most importantly, we'll begin to shift the paradigm from passive suffering to active management, empowering you with knowledge and strategies to influence your menopausal journey. Throughout this audiobook, You'll learn how your daily choices profoundly impact your hormonal health and overall well-being during menopause. The hormone-smart lifestyle strategies we'll explore extend far beyond managing hot flashes. They encompass nutrition that supports hormonal balance, movement practices that energize without depleting, stress management techniques that calm the nervous system, and sleep optimization methods that restore your vitality. These approaches work synergistically to address the root causes of menopausal symptoms, not just mask their effects. As we progress through subsequent chapters, you'll discover how to tailor these strategies to your unique body and circumstances. The beauty of the approach we're exploring is that it isn't one size fits all. It recognizes that your menopause happens your way. What works for your sister, friend, or colleague may not work for you, and that's perfectly normal. We'll help you identify the specific combinations of nutrition, movement, rest, and mindset practices that resonate with your body and lifestyle, allowing you to create a personalized menopause management plan that honors your individuality. The journey ahead is about transformation rather than merely surviving a biological transition. By the end of this audiobook, you'll have shifted from feeling at the mercy of your changing hormones to feeling empowered by your ability to influence them. You'll move from dreading each day's unpredictable symptoms to embracing each day as an opportunity to nurture your well-being. Most importantly, you'll transition from viewing menopause as the end of something valuable to recognizing it as the beginning of something precious, a phase of life marked by wisdom, authenticity, and newfound freedom. Let's begin this journey together, transforming menopause from burden to blessing, one hormone-smart choice at a time. A natural transition worth embracing. Menopause is not a disease or disorder. It's a natural biological transition that every woman experiences, typically between ages 45 and 60. During this time, the ovaries gradually produce less estrogen and progesterone, eventually stopping the release of eggs altogether. This hormonal shift marks the end of menstruation and reproductive capability, a normal part of a woman's life journey, just like puberty or pregnancy. Think of menopause as changing seasons. Spring and summer represent the reproductive years, vibrant, fertile, and full of energy. Fall arrives with perimenopause, bringing changing colors and variable weather, some days warm and pleasant, others stormy and unpredictable. Winter comes with menopause itself, a quieter time, but with its own distinct beauty and purpose. Each season has value. None is inherently better or worse than others. The symptoms commonly associated with menopause, hot flashes, night sweats, mood changes, and sleep disruptions, result from hormonal fluctuations affecting various body systems. These changes can begin years before a woman's final menstrual period during perimenopause and may continue for several years afterward. The experience varies widely among women, with some experiencing minimal disruption while others face more significant challenges. Unfortunately, Western culture has historically painted menopause in negative terms as something to dread, hide, or merely endure. This perspective stems partly from societal attitudes that overvalue youth and fertility while undervaluing the wisdom and freedom that come with age. Medical literature often characterized menopause primarily as a condition of loss and deficiency rather than a normal life transition with both challenges and benefits. Menopause isn't just an ending. It's also a beginning, a doorway to a new phase of life with unique opportunities for growth, wisdom, and freedom. Strategies for taking control. Managing menopause effectively requires accurate information and practical strategies. Start by tracking your symptoms using a journal or app. Record hot flashes, mood changes, sleep patterns, and energy levels alongside potential triggers. This data helps identify patterns and provides valuable information to share with healthcare providers. Knowledge is power when navigating this transition. Hot flashes rank among the most common and disruptive menopausal symptoms. These sudden feelings of intense heat, often accompanied by sweating and flushing, can occur day or night. Several practical strategies can help manage them. Dressing in layers allows quick adjustment to temperature changes. Carrying a portable fan provides immediate relief when the heat strikes. Identifying and avoiding personal triggers, often including alcohol, spicy foods, caffeine, and stress, can reduce frequency. Sleep disruptions frequently accompany menopause, creating a challenging cycle when hormonal changes cause night sweats and insomnia, leading to fatigue that worsens mood swings and cognitive issues. Creating an optimal sleep environment makes a significant difference. Keep your bedroom cool, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius, dark and quiet. Establish a calming bedtime routine that might include gentle stretching, reading, or meditation. Limit screen time before bed, as blue light can interfere with melatonin production. Nutrition plays a crucial role in symptom management. Focus on whole foods rich in phytoestrogens, plant compounds with mild estrogen-like effects that may help balance hormonal fluctuations. Soy products, flax seeds, sesame seeds, and legumes contain beneficial phytoestrogens. Mediterranean-style eating patterns emphasizing vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats support overall health during menopause. Think of your menopausal body as a sophisticated instrument that's being retuned. Just as a pianist might adjust their technique when playing a newly tuned piano, you're learning to work with your changing body. The keys still produce beautiful music. They simply respond differently now. The adjustment period requires patience and experimentation, but once mastered, you can still create harmony. Regular physical activity offers multiple benefits during menopause. Exercise helps manage weight, strengthen bones, improve mood, and enhance sleep quality. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate activity weekly, incorporating both aerobic exercise, walking, swimming, cycling, and strength training. Weight-bearing exercises particularly benefit bone health, helping counteract the increased osteoporosis risk that comes with estrogen decline. Yoga and Tai Chi can improve balance, flexibility, and stress management. Mind-body techniques provide powerful tools for managing the emotional aspects of menopause. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness can reduce stress and improve mood. Just 5 to 10 minutes daily of focused breathing can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol levels and promoting calm. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, has shown effectiveness for managing hot flashes, sleep problems, and mood issues by changing thought patterns that intensify symptoms. Medical interventions remain valuable options when lifestyle approaches aren't sufficient. Hormone therapy, HT, effectively treats many menopausal symptoms, particularly hot flashes and vaginal dryness. While past concerns about risks led many women to avoid HT, current evidence suggests it's safe for most women when started near menopause onset and used at the lowest effective dose for the shortest necessary time. Non-hormonal medications, including certain antidepressants, anti-seizure drugs, and blood pressure medications, can also help manage specific symptoms. Always discuss benefits and risks with your healthcare provider. Community support provides another essential element for navigating menopause successfully. Connecting with other women experiencing similar changes offers validation, practical advice, and emotional support, whether through in-person support groups, online communities, or simply honest conversations with friends. Sharing your menopause experience reduces isolation and normalizes this natural transition. Many women report that talking openly about menopause becomes liberating in itself. What if the most empowering approach to menopause isn't finding one perfect solution, but creating your own personalized toolkit of strategies that evolve as your needs change? The power of perspective. When facing menopause, your mindset matters tremendously. Women who view this transition as a natural, manageable life phase tend to report fewer symptoms and greater life satisfaction than those who approach it with dread or resignation. This doesn't mean ignoring real challenges, but rather facing them with confidence in your ability to adapt and thrive. Research supports this perspective shift. Studies show that negative expectations about menopause can actually increase symptom severity. In one study, women who anticipated problematic symptoms were more likely to experience them, while those with neutral or positive expectations reported easier transitions. Our thoughts and beliefs literally shape our biological experiences. Cultural attitudes significantly influence menopausal experiences. Interestingly, women in societies that value age and wisdom often report fewer physical symptoms during menopause than those in youth-obsessed cultures. Japanese women, for instance, traditionally report fewer hot flashes than Western women. While biological differences play a role, research suggests that cultural perspectives on aging women's value and purpose contribute significantly to these variations. Taking charge of your menopause experience means rejecting passive suffering in favor of active management. Rather than enduring discomfort as inevitable, approach each symptom as a challenge with potential solutions. This shift from victim to problem solver transforms the entire experience from one of helplessness to empowerment. The AAA framework: awareness, acceptance, action. The Reframing Menopause model provides a systematic approach to transforming menopause from a dreaded ordeal to an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. This framework, built around 3 interconnected components, awareness, acceptance, and action, creates a foundation for navigating menopause with confidence and optimism. Awareness component. Awareness forms the essential first step in this model, centering on education and understanding. Rather than approaching menopause with vague anxiety or misconceptions, this component encourages women to develop accurate knowledge about what's happening in their bodies. Start by learning about hormonal changes driving the transition. Estrogen and progesterone fluctuations affect multiple body systems beyond reproduction, including your cardiovascular system, bones, brain, and skin. Understanding these connections help explain seemingly unrelated symptoms like heart palpitations, joint pain, or mood changes. Track your personal symptoms methodically, noting patterns and triggers. This individualized awareness helps distinguish between changes related to menopause and those possibly indicating other health concerns requiring attention. It also provides valuable data for healthcare discussions and treatment decisions. Developing body awareness through mindfulness practices enhances your ability to recognize subtle physical changes early, allowing for proactive response rather than reactive crisis management. Regular body scans and moment-to-moment attention to physical sensations build this valuable skill. The awareness component creates the foundation for the entire model by replacing fear of the unknown with knowledge, observation, and understanding. With this foundation in place, you're prepared to move toward acceptance. Acceptance component. Acceptance involves embracing menopause as a natural transition rather than fighting against it. This doesn't mean passive resignation to discomfort, but rather acknowledging reality without judgment or resistance. Start by examining your personal narratives about menopause and aging. Notice internalized negative messages from culture, family, or media. Challenge assumptions that link feminine value primarily to youth and fertility. Create space for new stories emphasizing wisdom, freedom, and evolving identity. Practice self-compassion during difficult moments. When hot flashes, insomnia, or mood swings arise, respond with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Transform self-criticism into self-understanding. Instead of saying, "I should handle this better," embrace the mindset of, "This is challenging and I am doing my best." Connect with other women navigating similar transitions. Sharing experiences normalizes them and reduces isolation. Whether through formal support groups or informal conversations, these connections validate your experiences and provide perspective when challenges seem overwhelming. The acceptance component bridges awareness and action by creating psychological space for change. Without acceptance, women often remain stuck in resistance or denial, preventing an effective response to their changing needs. Action component. The action component transforms knowledge and acceptance into practical strategies for symptom management and overall well-being. This element emphasizes agency and choice in creating your menopause experience. Develop your personalized menopause toolkit containing multiple strategies for managing symptoms. This might include cooling techniques for hot flashes, sleep hygiene practices, stress management tools, exercise routines, and nutritional approaches. Having multiple options prevents helplessness when one strategy proves insufficient. Implement lifestyle changes systematically, focusing on foundations first. Prioritize quality sleep, regular physical activity, nutrient-dense eating, and stress management. These core practices benefit nearly all menopause symptoms while supporting overall health during this transition and beyond. Collaborate with healthcare providers as active partners rather than passive recipients of care. Bring your symptom tracking data, research questions, and treatment preferences to appointments. Discuss both conventional and complementary approaches, weighing benefits and risks for your specific situation. Regularly evaluate and adjust your strategies based on results. What works during early perimenopause might need modification as you progress through the transition. This iterative approach maintains effectiveness as your needs evolve. System dynamics. The three components, awareness, acceptance, and action, function as an interconnected system rather than a linear progression. Each element continuously influences and reinforces the others, creating a dynamic, responsive framework. Awareness feeds acceptance by providing accurate information that normalizes experiences and reduces fear. Acceptance creates psychological space for effective action. Successful actions then enhance awareness through experiential learning, while also deepening acceptance as women build confidence in their ability to manage symptoms. This cyclical relationship creates positive feedback loops. As women take effective actions, their sense of agency grows, encouraging further proactive steps. Increased acceptance reduces stress, which itself can alleviate certain symptoms, creating more capacity for awareness and action. The framework also accommodates setbacks through its iterative nature. When new symptoms emerge or strategies stop working, women can return to the awareness component, gather new information, practice fresh acceptance, and develop modified actions without feeling they've failed. Practical application. Apply this framework by starting wherever feels most accessible. Some women naturally begin with information gathering, awareness. Others with emotional processing, acceptance, and still others with practical strategies, action. All entry points lead into the complete system. Use reflective questions to engage with each component. Awareness. What exactly am I experiencing? What patterns do I notice? What information might help me understand these changes? Acceptance. How am I feeling about these changes? What stories am I telling myself about menopause? How can I approach this transition with more self-compassion? Action. What strategies might help with my specific symptoms? What resources do I need? How can I evaluate whether my approaches are working? Revisit each component regularly, especially during times of transition or when new symptoms emerge. This framework isn't a one-time process, but an ongoing approach to navigating the entire menopausal journey from perimenopause through postmenopause. The AAA framework transforms menopause from something that happens to you into something you actively shape. By developing awareness of your changing body, accepting this natural transition with compassion, and taking targeted actions to manage symptoms, you reclaim control over your well-being during this significant life phase. From surviving to thriving. Menopause offers unique opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery that often go unrecognized amid symptom discussions. Many women report greater self-confidence, clearer priorities, and renewed creativity during their postmenopausal years. The energy previously devoted to family building or career establishment can be redirected toward personal fulfillment and community contribution. Menopause was my awakening, shares Dr. Christiane Northrup, women's health expert and author. It's a developmental stage where a woman has the opportunity to emerge as the authentic person she was meant to be all along, someone who is not defined by her reproductive capacity or what others think, but by her own inner knowing. Freedom from menstruation and fertility concerns brings practical benefits. Women report enjoying spontaneous travel, uninterrupted sleep, once insomnia resolves, and sexual intimacy without pregnancy concerns. Physical symptoms eventually stabilize for most women, while the wisdom, perspective, and self-knowledge gained during this transition continue to grow. Taking control of your menopause experience means becoming the author of your own story. Instead of passively accepting cultural narratives that frame this transition as decline, you can consciously create a narrative of evolution, wisdom, and empowerment. This doesn't require denying challenges. Rather, it means placing them within a larger context of growth and transformation. Menopause represents a profound opportunity to redefine your relationship with your body, reclaim your personal power, and reimagine your future. By understanding the biological process, implementing effective management strategies, and embracing a mindset of active engagement, you transform this transition from a burden to a blessing, a gateway to some of life's most authentic and fulfilling years. Turning the tide. As we've explored throughout this chapter, menopause isn't a sentence to be served, but a transition to be navigated with intention and agency. The biological shifts occurring in your body right now represent not just an ending, but a powerful beginning, a gateway to what many women describe as their most authentic, liberated years. Remember that your menopause journey belongs uniquely to you. The strategies we've discussed aren't one-size-fits-all prescriptions, but starting points for creating your personalized approach to this significant life phase. By reframing this transition as an opportunity rather than an obstacle, you've already taken the first crucial step toward thriving. The proactive management techniques we've explored offer real pathways to relief and renewal. Whether it's through lifestyle modifications, mindful nutrition, stress reduction practices, or working with healthcare providers who truly listen, you have more options than previous generations could have imagined. Your symptoms don't have to define your days. Perhaps most importantly, this shift from passive endurance to active engagement changes everything. When you recognize your power to influence how menopause unfolds in your life, you reclaim control over your well-being during these pivotal years. This isn't about denying challenges. It's about meeting them with knowledge, strategy, and self-compassion. What lies ahead in the coming chapters will build upon this foundation. You'll discover specific nutritional approaches that can ease hot flashes and mood swings, movement practices that strengthen your changing body, and sleep strategies that help restore your natural rhythms. We'll explore the latest research on hormone therapy options and complementary approaches that work alongside conventional treatments. The journey through menopause offers unexpected gifts, a chance to reevaluate priorities, deepen self-knowledge, and embrace a new kind of freedom. Women who have traversed this path often report feeling more authentic, more confident, and more attuned to what truly matters in their lives. As you continue listening, know that you're developing the toolkit to make these years not merely manageable, but truly transformative. This natural transition, when approached with awareness and intention, can become one of the most empowering chapters in your life story. The wisdom you gain now will serve you not just through menopause, but in everything that follows. Your menopause happens your way, and that journey begins now. Chapter 2. Beyond Hot Flashes. The Hidden Health Impacts of Hormonal Shifts. What your doctor may not tell you about hormonal shifts. Your hot flashes and night sweats have center stage right now, demanding attention with their disruptive intensity. But behind these obvious manifestations of menopause, a more complex story is unfolding within your body, one that extends far beyond temporary discomfort. The hormonal shifts of this life transition aren't merely creating momentary inconveniences. They're reshaping fundamental aspects of your health in ways that will influence the next several decades of your life. When estrogen and progesterone begin their gradual retreat during perimenopause, they leave behind a cascade of physiological changes that extend well beyond the commonly discussed symptoms. The hormones that once regulated your reproductive system also played crucial roles throughout your body, in your bones, heart, brain, skin, and metabolism. Their decline signals a need for comprehensive attention to health aspects you might never have connected to your reproductive hormones. For most women, the conversation around menopause centers primarily on managing immediate symptoms, finding relief from hot flashes, addressing mood fluctuations, or navigating sleep disruptions. While these concerns certainly warrant attention, focusing exclusively on symptom management overlooks the broader health landscape being altered by these same hormonal shifts. Your long-term well-being depends on understanding this bigger picture. When we recognize that hormonal changes affect systems throughout the body, we can approach menopause with strategies that address both immediate comfort and future health. The relationship between your hormones and bone health offers a prime example of these hidden impacts. Estrogen plays a crucial role in maintaining bone density by regulating the balance between bone formation and breakdown. As estrogen levels decrease, this balance shifts, potentially accelerating bone loss and increasing fracture risk. Similarly, estrogen helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels and bone vessel flexibility, protection that diminishes as hormone levels decline. These changes occur silently, without the obvious discomfort of a hot flash. Yet, their long-term implications for your health are profound. What makes these hidden health impacts particularly important is that they're often preventable or manageable with appropriate attention. The years surrounding menopause present a unique opportunity to implement lifestyle practices and healthcare strategies that can significantly influence how these hormonal shifts affect your long-term health. The choices you make during this transition can powerfully shape your health trajectory for decades to come, potentially preventing chronic conditions that might otherwise develop. Throughout this chapter, we'll examine how hormonal fluctuations impact your bones, heart, brain, and other body systems in ways that extend far beyond the typical menopause conversation. We'll explore the science behind these changes, and more importantly, uncover practical approaches to protect these aspects of your health. Rather than viewing menopause solely as a collection of symptoms to endure, we'll reframe this transition as an opportunity to implement holistic strategies that support your immediate comfort while building a foundation for vibrant health in the years ahead. The truth is that menopause happens uniquely for each woman, influenced by genetics, lifestyle, and personal health history. Yet, understanding these broader health implications empowers you to navigate this transition with greater awareness and intention. By recognizing that hormonal shifts affect far more than your immediate comfort, you can approach menopause not merely as a challenge to overcome, but as an invitation to recommit to your overall well-being in ways that will serve you for decades to come. The comprehensive effects of menopausal hormonal changes. The transition through menopause marks a profound shift in a woman's body. While hot flashes and night sweats often take center stage in discussions about menopause, these visible manifestations represent just the surface of deeper physiological changes occurring within. The decline in estrogen and progesterone levels during this time affects nearly every system in the body, from bones to blood vessels and beyond. Think of hormones as the body's communication network, messengers that travel through the bloodstream carrying important instructions to different organs and tissues. During menopause, this communication system undergoes significant rewiring. It's like a bustling city suddenly finding that many of its telephone lines have been cut, leaving some neighborhoods struggling to receive important messages about how to function optimally. Bone health becomes particularly vulnerable during menopause. Estrogen plays a crucial role in maintaining bone density by inhibiting the activity of osteoclasts, cells that break down bone tissue. When estrogen levels decline, these cells become more active, resulting in more bone being broken down than rebuilt. This process can lead to osteopenia, reduced bone mass, and eventually osteoporosis, a condition characterized by fragile, porous bones that fracture easily. Studies show that women can lose up to 20% of their bone density in the 5 to 7 years following menopause, making fracture prevention a critical health concern. The cardiovascular system also responds significantly to changing hormone levels. Before menopause, estrogen helps maintain flexible blood vessels and promotes healthy cholesterol levels by increasing high-density lipoprotein, HDL, or good cholesterol, and decreasing low-density lipoprotein, LDL, or bad cholesterol. As estrogen diminishes, arterial walls may become less elastic, blood pressure often rises, and cholesterol profiles shift in less favorable directions. These changes help explain why the risk of heart disease increases dramatically after menopause, a sobering reality given that heart disease remains the leading cause of death among women. Hormonal fluctuations affect cognitive function in ways researchers are still working to fully understand. Brain fog, memory lapses, and difficulty concentrating are common complaints during perimenopause and menopause. Estrogen receptors exist throughout the brain, including in regions responsible for memory and cognitive function. When these receptors receive less estrogen, neural communication patterns can change. It's similar to a computer running on reduced power. It still works, but some processes may slow down or require more effort to complete. The impact on metabolism presents another significant challenge. Many women notice changes in body composition even when their diet and exercise habits remain constant. Estrogen influences where fat is stored in the body, and declining levels often result in increased abdominal fat, a type associated with higher risks of diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. At the same time, muscle mass tends to decrease, further affecting metabolic rate and making weight management more challenging during this life stage. Less discussed, but equally important, are the effects on oral health, vision, and skin elasticity. Reduced estrogen can lead to decreased saliva production and changes in oral tissues that increase vulnerability to gum disease. Dry eye syndrome becomes more common as hormonal changes affect tear production. And collagen, the protein that gives skin its firmness, decreases significantly with dropping estrogen levels, leading to thinner, less elastic skin. The hormonal shifts of menopause extend far beyond hot flashes and night sweats, affecting virtually every body system and creating health implications that can last for decades. Understanding long-term health impacts for proactive care. Women today spend approximately 1/3 of their lives in postmenopausal years. This significant longevity underscores the importance of understanding menopause's long-term health implications. The health decisions made during the menopausal transition can influence quality of life for decades to come. When we look beyond the immediate discomfort of menopause symptoms, we find significant concerns that deserve attention. Osteoporosis represents one of the most serious health risks. About 1 in 2 women over age 50 will break a bone due to osteoporosis, with hip fractures being particularly dangerous. These fractures can lead to long-term disability, loss of independence, and even increased mortality. The National Osteoporosis Foundation reports that 24% of hip fracture patients over 50 die within 1 year of their fracture, a sobering statistic that highlights the importance of bone health awareness. Cardiovascular changes associated with menopause deserve special attention because heart disease manifests differently in women than in men. While men often experience the classic crushing chest pain during heart attacks, women frequently report subtler symptoms like fatigue, shortness of breath, or pain in the neck, jaw, or back. These differences can lead to delayed diagnosis and treatment. After menopause, women's risk of heart attack rises dramatically, eventually equaling that of men, a stark contrast to the protective advantage women have before menopause. Consider your body's response to menopause like a comprehensive renovation of your home's electrical system. During this renovation, some circuits may temporarily shut down, others might function differently, and the entire system needs time to adjust to new patterns. Just as you wouldn't ignore potential electrical hazards during a home renovation, the changing circuits of your body's systems during menopause require careful attention and management. Cognitive health represents another crucial concern as women navigate menopause and beyond. While temporary memory issues and concentration problems are common during the transition, research investigating potential links between menopause and long-term brain health continues to evolve. Some studies suggest that the dramatic hormone changes during menopause might influence risk factors for dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Notably, 2/3 of Alzheimer's patients are women, raising questions about whether hormonal factors play a role in this disparity. Metabolic changes during menopause can cascade into serious health conditions if left unaddressed. The shift toward abdominal fat distribution increases insulin resistance, raising the risk of type 2 diabetes. Data from the Study of Women's Health Across the Nation, SWAN, revealed that women transitioning through menopause experienced, on average, a 6% increase in LDL cholesterol, a change that can significantly impact heart disease risk. These metabolic shifts don't happen overnight, but accumulate gradually, making them easy to overlook until more serious health issues develop. Sexual and urogenital health remain underappreciated aspects of postmenopausal well-being. Genitourinary syndrome of menopause, GSM, affects up to 50% of postmenopausal women, causing symptoms like vaginal dryness, burning, irritation, lack of lubrication, discomfort during intercourse, urinary urgency, and recurrent urinary tract infections. Unlike vasomotor symptoms like hot flashes that typically improve over time, GSM symptoms often worsen progressively without treatment. The impact on quality of life can be substantial, affecting intimate relationships, confidence, and even basic comfort. Mental health deserves careful consideration when examining long-term menopausal health impacts. The risk of depression increases during perimenopause, with some studies showing that women with no history of depression are 2 to 4 times more likely to experience depressive episodes during this transition. While many assume this increased risk is temporary, research suggests that vulnerability to mood disorders may persist into postmenopausal years for some women, particularly if left unaddressed during the transition. How might your perspective on menopause change if you viewed it not just as a temporary phase to endure, but as a critical window of opportunity to reshape your health trajectory for the next several decades? A comprehensive approach to menopause management. Menopause management has historically focused on treating individual symptoms as they arise. Hot flashes? Try hormone therapy. Sleep problems? Here's a sleep aid. This fragmented approach fails to recognize that all these symptoms stem from the same underlying hormonal shifts affecting multiple body systems simultaneously. A more effective strategy recognizes these interconnections and addresses health holistically. Women navigating menopause today have access to more information and options than any generation before them. Medical understanding continues to evolve, with research highlighting the importance of personalized approaches. What works well for one woman may not work for another. Each woman's menopause experience is uniquely shaped by her genetics, lifestyle factors, existing health conditions, and personal preferences regarding treatment options. A truly comprehensive approach to menopause considers physical symptoms alongside psychological, emotional, and social dimensions of health. When these aspects are addressed together, women report greater satisfaction with their care and better quality of life outcomes. For example, addressing stress through mindfulness practices not only helps with emotional well-being, but may also reduce the frequency and intensity of hot flashes, improve sleep quality, and lower cardiovascular risk factors. Managing menopause effectively resembles tending a garden rather than fixing a single broken part. Just as a garden requires attention to soil quality, adequate water, appropriate sunlight, and protection from pests, all working together to create an environment where plants thrive, your body during menopause needs multiple supportive elements working in harmony to maintain optimal health. The Holistic Health Impact Matrix. The Holistic Health Impact Matrix provides a structured framework for understanding and managing the comprehensive health effects of menopause. This analytical tool helps women visualize the interconnections between different aspects of health and the lifestyle factors that influence them, encouraging a more integrated approach to menopause management. Core health impact categories. The first dimension of the matrix encompasses 5 key health areas affected by menopausal hormonal changes. Bone health. This category addresses bone density, fracture risk, and skeletal integrity. Declining estrogen during menopause accelerates bone loss, potentially leading to osteopenia and osteoporosis. The matrix highlights preventative strategies and interventions to maintain strong bones throughout the menopausal transition and beyond. Cardiovascular health. This component focuses on heart function, blood vessel elasticity, blood pressure regulation, and cholesterol management. As the protective effects of estrogen diminish, this category helps women monitor and address emerging cardiovascular risk factors before they develop into serious conditions. Mental well-being. This element encompasses cognitive function, mood regulation, stress response, and emotional health. The matrix acknowledges the neurological impact of hormonal fluctuations while providing strategies to support brain health and psychological resilience during menopause. Skin and tissue health. This section addresses changes in skin elasticity, moisture levels, wound healing, and tissue integrity throughout the body, including vaginal tissues. As collagen production decreases with lowered estrogen, this category helps women understand and address these changes proactively. Body composition and metabolism. This component examines shifts in fat distribution, muscle mass, insulin sensitivity, and metabolic rate. The matrix helps women recognize how hormonal changes affect weight management and develop appropriate strategies for maintaining healthy body composition. Lifestyle influence factors. The second dimension of the matrix identifies 5 key lifestyle elements that significantly impact menopausal health outcomes. Nutritional choices. This factor examines how dietary patterns influence each health category. For example, adequate calcium and vitamin D intake directly support bone health, while omega-3 fatty acids benefit cardiovascular health, and anti-inflammatory foods may help reduce hot flashes and joint discomfort. Physical activity. This component addresses how different types of exercise affect each health domain. Weight-bearing exercise builds bone strength, aerobic activity supports heart health, and strength training helps maintain muscle mass and metabolic function. The matrix helps women design balanced activity plans that address their specific health priorities. Stress management. This element explores how chronic stress exacerbates menopausal symptoms and accelerates aging processes. The matrix shows how stress reduction techniques like meditation, yoga, or breathing exercises can positively influence everything from hot flash frequency to heart health and cognitive function. Sleep quality. This factor recognizes sleep as a fundamental health determinant that affects hormone balance, inflammation levels, cognitive function, and emotional regulation. The matrix helps women understand how improving sleep hygiene positively impacts all health categories, creating a virtuous cycle of improvement. Social connection. This component acknowledges the powerful influence of meaningful relationships and community support on menopausal health outcomes. Research shows that strong social connections can reduce mortality risk comparable to quitting smoking, emphasizing the importance of this often overlooked health factor. Matrix intersection points, creating personalized insights. The true power of the holistic health impact matrix lies in the intersection points where health categories meet lifestyle factors. These intersection points create a grid of 25 focus areas, each representing a specific relationship between a health domain and a lifestyle factor. For example, at the intersection of bone health and nutrition, focus on calcium-rich foods, vitamin D, vitamin K, and protein intake to support bone mineral density. At the intersection of cardiovascular health and physical activity, emphasize regular aerobic exercise to maintain heart health, improve circulation, and manage blood pressure. At the intersection of mental well-being and stress management, develop mindfulness practices that support cognitive clarity and emotional balance during hormonal fluctuations. By examining these intersection points, women can identify priority areas based on their personal health concerns, family history, and current symptoms. This personalized approach prevents overwhelm by allowing focused attention on the most relevant areas for each individual. Dynamic application across the menopausal transition. The Holistic Health Impact Matrix is designed to evolve with a woman's needs throughout her menopausal journey. During perimenopause, she might focus on different intersection points than during postmenopause. The framework accommodates changing priorities while maintaining a comprehensive view of health. For example, during early perimenopause, a woman might prioritize the intersections related to mood regulation and sleep quality to address immediate symptoms. As she progresses to late perimenopause, she might shift attention to bone health and cardiovascular health intersections to prevent long-term health risks. The matrix allows for this fluidity while maintaining awareness of all health dimensions. Practical implementation and benefits. Women can use this matrix as a self-assessment tool by rating their current attention to each intersection point on a simple scale. This self-assessment quickly identifies neglected areas and celebrates strengths. Healthcare providers can also use this framework to structure more comprehensive discussions about menopause management, moving beyond symptom treatment to true health optimization. The Holistic Health Impact Matrix empowers women by transforming the overwhelming complexity of menopause into manageable focus areas. By highlighting the interconnectedness of health systems and lifestyle factors, it encourages integrated solutions rather than isolated interventions. Women who apply this framework often discover that positive changes in one area create cascading benefits across multiple health dimensions, amplifying results and motivation. Understanding the multifaceted impact of hormonal changes during menopause allows women to move beyond symptom management to comprehensive health optimization. By recognizing the interconnections between bone health, cardiovascular function, mental well-being, and other systems, women can make informed choices that address both immediate comfort and long-term vitality. This holistic perspective transforms menopause from a time of decline into an opportunity for renewed health awareness and proactive self-care that supports thriving for decades to come. Personalizing your menopause management plan. Each woman's experience with menopause is unique, shaped by genetics, lifestyle, previous health history, and individual circumstances. Creating an effective management plan requires recognizing this individuality and developing strategies tailored to personal needs, preferences, and priorities. The first step in personalization involves a comprehensive assessment. Beyond tracking obvious symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats, consider evaluating bone density, cardiovascular risk factors, and metabolic health markers. These baseline measurements provide valuable information about your current health status and help identify areas needing particular attention. Many women find keeping a symptom journal helpful for recognizing patterns and tracking changes over time. Healthcare partnerships become especially important during menopause. Finding providers who listen carefully, respect your preferences, and stay current with evolving research makes a significant difference in your care quality. Don't hesitate to seek second opinions or specialist referrals when needed. Many women benefit from assembling a healthcare team that might include a gynecologist or menopause specialist, nutritionist, exercise physiologist, and mental health professional. When developing your menopause management plan, consider it a living document that will evolve as your body changes and new information becomes available. What works perfectly during perimenopause might need adjustment as you move into postmenopause. Remaining flexible and willing to try different approaches often leads to better outcomes than rigidly adhering to a single strategy. The most powerful medicine is at the end of your fork, says Dr. Sarah Gottfried, Harvard-trained physician and women's health expert. This wisdom particularly applies during menopause, when nutritional choices can significantly impact symptom experience and long-term health outcomes. Anti-inflammatory eating patterns, like the Mediterranean diet, show particular promise for supporting menopausal health across multiple body systems. The unseen impact of hormonal changes. The hormonal shifts of menopause reach far beyond the well-known hot flashes and night sweats that often dominate conversations about this transition. As we've explored throughout this chapter, these changes profoundly influence your long-term health in ways that might not be immediately apparent, but are crucial to understand. When estrogen and progesterone levels decline, your body responds in complex and interconnected ways. The decreased bone density that can lead to osteoporosis, the shifts in cardiovascular function that affect heart health, and the changes in body composition that impact metabolism aren't isolated events, but part of a broader physiological response that deserves your attention. Understanding these whole body effects empowers you to make informed decisions about your health during this transition and beyond. Rather than simply treating individual symptoms as they arise, you can take a proactive approach that addresses the fundamental hormonal changes at work. Many women tell us they wish they'd known earlier about these connections between hormonal shifts and long-term health. Knowledge truly is power here. Recognizing how menopause affects bone density might motivate you to incorporate more weight-bearing exercise into your routine. Understanding the cardiovascular implications might inspire heart-healthy dietary changes that serve you well for decades to come. The holistic approach we advocate isn't just about managing symptoms. It's about nurturing your overall well-being during a time of significant change. This perspective acknowledges that your body is an interconnected system, and caring for it effectively requires attention to all aspects of health. Remember that these physiological changes, while universal in many ways, will manifest uniquely for you. Your menopause journey is your own, shaped by your genetics, lifestyle, and personal history. This is why personalized strategies, developed with healthcare providers who understand the full spectrum of menopausal health effects, are so valuable. As we move forward in this audiobook, we'll build upon this foundation, exploring practical approaches to navigate these changes with confidence. The insight you've gained about bone health, cardiovascular function, metabolic changes, and other systemic effects of hormonal shifts provide crucial context for the lifestyle strategies we'll discuss next. Your body is changing, yes, but with awareness comes the opportunity to support these changes thoughtfully, nurturing your health not just for today, but for all the vibrant years that lie ahead. The ripple of renewal. You've now explored how menopause transforms far more than hormones. It reshapes bone health, heart health, and even the quiet architecture of your brain. For many women, this realization is both humbling and empowering. It's the moment we begin to understand that menopause is not a thief stealing vitality, but a sculptor reshaping our inner landscape to reflect the woman we've become. Before we move on to designing lifestyle strategies, I want to pause here with you in this in-between space to acknowledge how far you've come. This isn't easy terrain. You've had to look beyond the surface symptoms to see what's truly shifting beneath. You've faced truths about your changing body with courage, curiosity, and grace. That alone deserves recognition. Too often, women move through this transition unseen, their strength unnoticed, their persistence uncelebrated. But your decision to learn, to engage, and to nurture your body differently is no small act. It's a quiet revolution, one that ripples outward in ways you may never fully see. As you've discovered, menopause happens differently for every woman. Some find immediate relief in small changes. Others take longer to find their rhythm. But in every story lies a common thread: women helping women. Someone else's review, reflection, or honest experience may have been what led you here. And now, you have the power to continue that circle of support. If this audiobook has given you insight, comfort, or simply the reassurance that you are not alone, I would be deeply grateful if you shared that by leaving an honest review. It takes only a minute, but it can mean the world to the next woman searching in the dark for hope and understanding. Your words may be the spark that helps her reclaim her balance, her rest, and her joy. P.S. Every time a woman finds her way back to herself, it lights the path for another. Thank you for being part of that light. Chapter 3. Lifestyle Redefined. Tailoring Habits for Menopausal Mastery. From Frustration to Flourishing, Your Personalized Path Through Menopause. Menopause marks not just an ending, but a powerful beginning, a threshold to a new phase of life that deserves to be embraced rather than merely endured. While hormonal shifts bring undeniable challenges, they also offer a unique opportunity to recalibrate your approach to well-being. The symptoms that many women experience, from hot flashes and sleep disturbances to mood fluctuations and metabolic changes, respond remarkably well to thoughtful lifestyle adjustments that honor your body's changing needs. What's often overlooked in conventional discussions about menopause is the extraordinary agency you have in shaping your experience. Your daily choices create a foundation that can either amplify or significantly diminish menopausal discomfort. This isn't about prescribing a one-size-fits-all regimen, but rather about discovering the specific combination of nutrition, movement, and stress management practices that work synergistically with your unique biochemistry and life circumstances. The evidence is compelling. Women who make targeted lifestyle modifications report not just symptom relief, but often a renewed sense of vitality that surpasses their premenopausal years. Consider that the phytoestrogens in certain foods can help balance hormonal fluctuations, while specific forms of exercise directly combat the muscle loss and metabolic changes common during this transition. These aren't minor adjustments. They're powerful interventions that can transform your menopausal journey from one of endurance to one of empowerment. Nourishment as medicine. Your plate becomes particularly powerful during menopause. Research has consistently demonstrated that certain dietary elements, from omega-3 rich foods to specific plant compounds, can mitigate inflammation, balance hormones, and even reduce the frequency of hot flashes. Yet the most effective approach isn't about wholesale dietary overhauls, but rather strategic inclusions that respect your preferences while addressing your body's evolving needs. In the chapters that follow, we'll explore how to incorporate these nutritional allies without sacrificing the joy of eating or cultural food traditions that matter to you. Movement with purpose. Physical activity during menopause isn't just about maintaining weight. It's about preserving bone density, enhancing mood stability, and supporting metabolic health. The specific types and combinations of movement make a substantial difference in how effectively your body navigates this transition. Strength training, for instance, becomes non-negotiable as estrogen levels decline, helping to prevent the accelerated muscle loss that can begin in perimenopause. We'll examine exactly how to create a sustainable movement practice that feels supportive rather than punitive, one that acknowledges where you are today while building capacity for tomorrow. The critical mind-body connection. Perhaps most underappreciated is how profoundly stress management techniques can influence menopausal symptoms. The relationship between stress hormones and sex hormones creates a feedback loop that can either exacerbate symptoms or help moderate them. Women who develop effective methods for managing stress often report dramatically improved sleep quality, decreased hot flash intensity, and greater emotional resilience during menopause. In this chapter, we'll unpack evidence-based approaches to stress reduction that go beyond general advice, offering practical techniques that can be realistically integrated into your daily life. Through this journey, you'll discover that menopause need not be a time of passive endurance, but rather an active reinvention, a period when intentional lifestyle choices can dramatically enhance your well-being. The strategies we'll explore aren't temporary fixes, but sustainable practices that honor both the challenges and opportunities of this significant life transition. Your menopause experience isn't predetermined. It's being shaped daily by choices within your control. Let's discover how to make those choices count. Nutritional allies in the menopause journey. As hormonal shifts begin during menopause, your body speaks to you through various symptoms, such as hot flashes, mood swings, and changes in energy levels. What many women don't realize is that their plates can become powerful allies in this transition. Phytoestrogens, plant compounds with estrogen-like effects, can help ease the hormonal roller coaster by gently binding to estrogen receptors. Foods rich in these compounds include soybeans, tofu, tempeh, flax seeds, and legumes. Research shows that women in Asian countries where soy consumption is higher report fewer hot flashes than their Western counterparts. Think of phytoestrogens as nature's gentle hormone balancers. Like a thermostat that regulates your home temperature, these compounds help moderate the highs and lows of your changing hormonal landscape. They don't replace your body's estrogen completely. Rather, they offer a subtle support system that can take the edge off symptoms. When incorporated consistently into your diet, many women notice gradual improvements in hot flash frequency and intensity. Inflammation often intensifies during menopause, contributing to joint pain, mood disorders, and even cardiovascular risks. Omega-3 fatty acids, found abundantly in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as in walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds, work as natural anti-inflammatories. These essential fats help reduce inflammatory markers in the body and support brain health, particularly important as hormonal changes can affect cognitive function and mood stability. Studies suggest that regular omega-3 consumption may help reduce hot flash severity while supporting heart and brain health. Your menopause diet benefits from more than just phytoestrogens and omega-3s. Calcium and vitamin D become increasingly crucial as estrogen decline accelerates bone loss. Leafy greens, dairy or fortified plant milks, and small-boned fish provide calcium, while sunshine exposure and foods like egg yolks and mushrooms offer vitamin D. Magnesium-rich foods, dark chocolate, avocados, nuts, and seeds can ease sleep disturbances and mood fluctuations. B vitamins, found in whole grains and legumes, support energy production when fatigue hits. What you exclude from your diet matters as much as what you include. Certain triggers can intensify menopause symptoms. Spicy foods, alcohol, and caffeine are common hot flash triggers for many women. Processed foods high in refined sugars and unhealthy fats can worsen inflammation and mood swings. Excessive salt can contribute to bloating and water retention. Each woman's triggers differ. Keeping a food journal can help identify your personal pattern of symptom-inducing foods. Hydration often gets overlooked during menopause, yet it's fundamental for managing several symptoms. Water helps regulate body temperature, crucial for hot flash management, supports skin elasticity as collagen production declines, and prevents the constipation that can worsen with hormonal changes. Aim for at least 8 glasses daily, more if you're active or live in a warm climate. Herbal teas like peppermint, chamomile, and rooibos can count toward this goal while offering additional benefits for digestion and relaxation. The timing of meals deserves attention during menopause. Blood sugar fluctuations can trigger or worsen hot flashes and mood swings. Regular, balanced meals combining protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates help maintain stable blood sugar levels. Some women find that smaller, more frequent meals work better than 3 larger ones. Eating your final meal several hours before bedtime may improve sleep quality, which often suffers during this transition. Thoughtfully chosen foods can become powerful medicine during menopause, with phytoestrogens and omega-3 fatty acids offering natural symptom relief while supporting long-term health. Movement as medicine. Physical activity during menopause. The hormonal shifts of menopause create a perfect storm for muscle loss. Estrogen, which helps maintain muscle mass, declines dramatically, while metabolism naturally slows. Without intervention, women can lose up to 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade after age 30, with the pace accelerating during menopause. This loss isn't just about appearance. Muscle tissue burns calories even at rest, so less muscle means a slower metabolism and easier weight gain. Strength training emerges as the most effective countermeasure against this muscle decline. Twice-weekly sessions targeting major muscle groups can preserve and even build muscle tissue despite hormonal changes. The benefits extend beyond maintaining metabolism. Strength work also maintains bone density, which becomes crucial as estrogen's protective effect on bones diminishes. Studies show that regular resistance training can reduce the risk of osteoporosis and fractures by up to 50% in postmenopausal women. Your muscles during menopause are like a garden facing changing seasons. Without proper care, they wither, but with regular attention through strength training, they continue to flourish despite the changing hormonal climate. Just as a garden needs consistent tending rather than occasional intensive work, your muscles benefit most from regular, moderate strength training sessions rather than sporadic, intense workouts. Weight-bearing cardiovascular exercise complements strength training by further protecting bone density while supporting heart health. Brisk walking, jogging, dancing, and hiking all qualify as weight-bearing cardio. These activities become increasingly important as estrogen decline raises cardiovascular disease risk, the leading cause of death in postmenopausal women. Aim for 150 minutes weekly of moderate intensity cardio, broken into sessions that fit your schedule and energy levels. Balance training deserves special attention during menopause. Hormonal changes can affect proprioception, your awareness of your body's position in space, increasing fall risk. Simple practices like standing on one foot while brushing teeth, Tai Chi, or yoga can improve balance and coordination. These activities require minimal time investment, yet offer significant protection against falls, which become more consequential as bone density decreases. Flexibility work addresses another common menopausal complaint: joint stiffness. Declining estrogen affects connective tissue, potentially leading to tighter muscles and reduced range of motion. Regular stretching, yoga, or Pilates can maintain flexibility and ease movement. These practices offer the added benefit of mindfulness, potentially reducing stress and improving sleep, both of which are frequent challenges during menopause. The ideal exercise program during menopause includes all these elements: strength training, cardiovascular activity, balance work, and flexibility exercises. However, consistency matters more than perfection. Finding activities you genuinely enjoy increases the likelihood of maintaining them long term. Consider how different forms of movement make you feel, not just physically, but emotionally. The mood-boosting effects of exercise become particularly valuable during this time of hormonal flux. Timing your workouts strategically can maximize benefits while minimizing disruptions. Morning exercise can establish a healthy metabolism for the day and improve mental clarity. However, intense evening workouts may worsen sleep disturbances by raising core body temperature. For women struggling with insomnia, gentle movement like yoga or walking earlier in the evening might support better sleep than vigorous exercise close to bedtime. Listening to your body becomes essential during menopause. Some days you'll have abundant energy. Others will challenge you just to complete basic tasks. Honor these fluctuations by adjusting workout intensity accordingly. Consider keeping a simple exercise journal, noting energy levels and symptoms alongside your activities. Patterns may emerge showing which types of movement help or exacerbate your specific symptoms. Progress during menopause might look different from what it did in earlier years. Success could mean maintaining rather than increasing strength, or simply establishing consistency with gentle movement on difficult days. This shift in perspective, focusing on health benefits rather than performance metrics, allows for sustainable physical activity through menopause and beyond. What if the most powerful medicine for menopausal symptoms isn't found in a pill bottle, but in consistent, thoughtful movement that honors your changing body while strengthening it for the years ahead? Mastering stress during menopause. Menopause creates a perfect storm for stress vulnerability. Fluctuating hormones directly affect the body's stress response system, potentially amplifying reactions to everyday stressors. Simultaneously, many women face significant life transitions during this period, such as career shifts, changing family dynamics, or caring for aging parents. This combination of internal and external pressures can transform manageable stress into overwhelming anxiety if left unaddressed. The body doesn't distinguish between different stress sources. Whether stress stems from hormonal fluctuations, work pressure, or family concerns, the physiological response remains similar: increased cortisol, elevated heart rate, and muscle tension. This stress response can intensify hot flashes, disrupt sleep, and exacerbate mood swings, creating a troubling cycle where menopause symptoms cause stress, which then worsens those same symptoms. Breaking this cycle requires intentional stress management practices. Think of your stress response during menopause as a sensitive smoke alarm system. Where it once required significant smoke to trigger the alarm, now even the smallest amount sets off the warning bells. Stress management techniques essentially recalibrate this system, making it less reactive to minor triggers while maintaining its essential protective function for genuine threats. Mindfulness meditation stands among the most evidence-backed stress management approaches for menopausal women. Regular practice has been shown to reduce hot flash frequency and intensity while improving sleep quality. The practice involves observing thoughts and sensations without judgment, creating space between stimulus and response. Even 5 minutes daily can yield benefits, with effects compounding over time. Many women find guided meditations specifically designed for menopause particularly helpful when beginning this practice. Breath awareness offers perhaps the simplest yet most portable stress management tool. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's relaxation response, within moments. When practiced consistently, this breathing can reduce hot flash severity and help manage anxiety. The 4-7-8 technique, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8, works effectively for many women, especially when used at the first sign of stress or a hot flash. Social connection plays a surprisingly powerful role in stress management during menopause. Research consistently shows that women with strong social networks experience fewer menopause-related mood disturbances and report greater overall well-being. Quality matters more than quantity. Even one or two close, supportive relationships can provide significant protection against stress. Many women find particular comfort in connections with others experiencing similar transitions, whether through formal support groups or informal friendships. Physical environments significantly impact stress levels, yet often receive less attention than other management strategies. Creating spaces that promote calm can provide refuge during turbulent hormonal shifts. Consider a personal assessment of your home and work environments. Do they support or hinder relaxation? Simple adjustments like reducing clutter, incorporating natural elements, establishing a dedicated relaxation corner, or adjusting lighting can create noticeable differences in stress perception. Time management takes on renewed importance during menopause. Energy fluctuations may require adjustments to previous routines and expectations. Many women benefit from energy mapping, tracking energy levels throughout the day and week to identify patterns, then scheduling demanding tasks during peak energy times. Building in buffer time between commitments accommodates the unpredictability of symptoms like hot flashes. Perhaps most importantly, regular time blocks for self-care become non-negotiable during this transition. Cognitive reframing offers a powerful approach for managing the psychological dimension of menopausal stress. This practice involves consciously shifting perspective on challenging situations or symptoms. For example, reframing night sweats from "another terrible night of disrupted sleep" to "my body is adjusting and working through this transition" can reduce associated distress. This isn't about toxic positivity, but rather about finding balanced perspectives that acknowledge difficulties while avoiding catastrophizing. The triad of nutritional support, physical movement, and stress management creates a powerful foundation for navigating menopause with greater ease and resilience. When you nourish your body with hormone-supporting foods, maintain strength and mobility through appropriate exercise, and implement effective stress reduction techniques, you're not just managing symptoms, you're creating a lifestyle that supports whole person thriving during this significant life transition. This integrated approach recognizes that menopause isn't merely a collection of symptoms to endure, but an opportunity to reassess priorities and establish habits that will support vitality for decades to come. Creating your personalized menopause lifestyle plan. Addressing menopause symptoms effectively requires personalization. What works beautifully for one woman might prove ineffective for another. Your unique symptom pattern, personal preferences, and life circumstances all influence which strategies will serve you best. Rather than implementing every recommendation simultaneously, consider adopting a methodical approach to discovering your optimal combination of nutrition, movement, and stress management practices. Begin with a 2-week symptom journal to establish your baseline. Record daily symptoms, their intensity on a scale of 1 to 10, timing, and potential triggers. Include notes about food intake, physical activity, sleep quality, and stress levels. Patterns often emerge that wouldn't be apparent without this systematic tracking. You might discover that hot flashes intensify after certain foods, or that mood disturbances diminish following specific activities. This personal data provides invaluable guidance for your next steps. Dr. Rebecca Thurston, professor of psychiatry at the University of Pittsburgh and researcher on women's midlife health, emphasizes this individualized approach. Menopause is not a one-size-fits-all experience. The strategies that help manage symptoms need to be just as individualized as the symptoms themselves. women who take time to identify their specific patterns gain tremendous power in managing their menopause experience. After establishing your baseline, introduce one new practice at a time, perhaps incorporating more omega-3 rich foods, establishing a twice-weekly strength training routine, or implementing a daily breathing practice. Maintain this single change for at least 2 weeks while continuing your symptom journal. This methodical approach allows you to clearly identify which interventions most effectively address your specific symptom constellation. Small, sustainable changes ultimately yield greater benefits than dramatic overhauls that prove difficult to maintain. Consider the concept of habit stacking, attaching new practices to established routines. You might add ground flaxseed to your morning breakfast, perform balance exercises while waiting for your coffee to brew, or practice 2 minutes of deep breathing before starting your car. These modest integrations require minimal additional time, yet can significantly impact symptom management over time. Your menopause lifestyle plan should evolve as your symptoms and life circumstances change. What works perfectly during perimenopause might need adjustment during the later stages of the transition. Regular reassessment, perhaps quarterly, allows you to refine your approach based on changing needs. This flexibility transforms menopause management from a fixed protocol into a responsive, evolving practice that honors your body's changing requirements. Beyond the core strategies of nutrition, movement, and stress management, consider how other lifestyle factors might support your menopause journey. Quality sleep forms the foundation for hormonal balance, yet it often suffers during this transition. Sleep hygiene practices like consistent bedtimes, screen limitations before sleep, and bedroom environment optimization can significantly improve rest quality. Alcohol and caffeine moderation, especially in the hours before bedtime, often yields noticeable improvements in both sleep and hot flash frequency. Remember that your menopause lifestyle plan serves you, not the other way around. Approach this process with self-compassion, celebrating small victories while treating inevitable setbacks as valuable information rather than failures. The ultimate goal isn't perfection, but rather creating sustainable practices that support your well-being through menopause and beyond. Lifestyle Mastery, your path forward. The lifestyle strategies we've explored aren't just good health advice. They're powerful tools specifically calibrated for your menopausal journey. What makes these approaches so effective is their targeted impact on the hormonal fluctuations that create your most challenging symptoms. When you integrate phytoestrogens and omega-3s into your meals, you're directly addressing hormonal imbalance at its source. Your food choices become medicine, working to ease hot flashes, stabilize mood swings, and reduce inflammation throughout your body. This isn't about restrictive dieting. It's about nourishing yourself with exactly what your changing body needs. Your movement practices matter now more than ever. Strength training isn't just about aesthetics. It's about preserving the muscle mass that naturally diminishes during this transition. Regular cardiovascular exercise improves your metabolic resilience when your body is most vulnerable to insulin resistance and weight changes. The right exercise approach becomes your metabolic shield, protecting your health and energy reserves when you need them most. Stress management isn't a luxury. It's essential hormone protection. The relaxation techniques we've discussed directly impact cortisol levels that, when elevated, can worsen nearly every menopausal symptom you experience. By prioritizing these practices, you're creating a buffer zone between life's inevitable pressures and your hormonal balance. The power of these strategies lies in their complementary nature. when combined thoughtfully, they create a foundation of well-being that supports you through even the most challenging phases of your transition. Many women report that when they implement these approaches consistently, they experience not just symptom relief, but a renewed sense of vitality and purpose. Remember that this journey isn't about perfection, it's about personalization. Your menopausal experience is unique, and your lifestyle approach should be too. Trust your instincts, track what works, and adjust as needed. The strategies in this chapter provide your framework, but you'll continue refining them to match your changing needs. As we move forward, you'll discover how these lifestyle foundations connect with the broader aspects of your midlife reinvention. The habits you're developing now aren't just getting you through menopause, they're setting the stage for decades of vibrant, purposeful living on your own terms. Chapter 4. Crafting Your Menopause Empowerment Plan. From Surviving to Thriving, Your Menopause, Your Way. When Sarah first noticed her sleep deteriorating and mood swings appearing, she tried to ignore these challenges, believing menopause was simply something to endure. Like many women, she initially resigned herself to getting through this life transition. Yet, menopause doesn't have to be a passive experience of suffering. It can be a journey of empowerment, personalized to your unique body, lifestyle, and needs. The difference lies in having a plan that works specifically for you. Throughout this audiobook, we've explored how menopause represents not just an ending, but a beginning, a gateway to a new phase of life that can be navigated with wisdom, intention, and even joy. We've examined the hormonal shifts that trigger various symptoms, investigated evidence-based natural approaches to symptom management, and challenged the notion that menopause must be endured rather than embraced. Now, it's time to bring all these elements together into a cohesive, personalized strategy that puts you firmly in control. Your body during menopause is as unique as your fingerprint. The symptoms you experience, their intensity, and the strategies that provide relief are distinctly yours. This is precisely why a one-size-fits-all approach to menopause management so often falls short. What works beautifully for your sister or best friend might do absolutely nothing for you, and that's completely normal. The path to thriving during menopause begins with recognizing and honoring this individuality. Creating your menopause empowerment plan isn't just about addressing hot flashes or improving sleep, though it certainly includes these elements. It's about crafting a dynamic, evolving blueprint that aligns with your changing needs and priorities. Think of it as your personal navigation system for this significant life transition, one that integrates nutrition, movement, stress management, and self-care practices in proportions that make sense for your body and your life circumstances. The beauty of a personalized plan lies in its flexibility and responsiveness. Menopause isn't static. Your symptoms may fluctuate from month to month or even day to day. Your empowerment plan is designed to evolve alongside you, providing structure while allowing for adaptation. As we'll explore in this chapter, regular assessment and revision are crucial components of effective menopause management, ensuring your strategies remain relevant and effective throughout your journey. Women often report that the most challenging aspect of menopause isn't any particular symptom, but rather the feeling of powerlessness, the sense that their bodies have somehow betrayed them. Your menopause empowerment plan directly counters this narrative by placing agency back in your hands. By identifying your specific symptoms, understanding their triggers, and implementing targeted strategies, you reclaim authority over your well-being. This shift in perspective from victim to architect of your experience can be transformative in itself. In the moments ahead, we'll walk step by step through the process of creating, implementing, and refining your personal menopause empowerment plan. You'll learn how to assess your current symptoms and challenges, select strategies that address your specific needs, integrate these practices seamlessly into your daily life, and adjust your approach as your body's requirements change. By the end of this chapter, you'll have more than just information. You'll have a concrete, actionable framework for navigating menopause on your own terms, transforming what many consider a challenging transition into an opportunity for profound self-discovery and empowered living. Building your foundation for hormonal wellness. The journey toward hormonal balance during menopause begins with self-knowledge. Throughout this audiobook, we've emphasized the importance of understanding your unique symptom patterns, triggers, and responses. Now, it's time to harness that awareness into a structured yet flexible framework that works specifically for you. Your menopause empowerment plan isn't just about managing symptoms. It's about creating the conditions for genuine thriving during this significant life transition. Let's begin building the foundation for your personalized approach to hormonal wellness, one that honors your individuality while drawing on the evidence-based strategies we've explored together. Creating your personalized approach. Menopause is as unique as your fingerprint. Each woman's experience varies tremendously, from minimal disruption to significant challenges that affect daily life. Creating a personalized menopause empowerment plan isn't just helpful, it's essential for navigating this transition with confidence and ease. This personalized approach acknowledges that your body, your symptoms, and your life circumstances require tailored strategies rather than one-size-fits-all solutions. Think of your menopause empowerment plan as designing your own custom house. You wouldn't build a beach house in the mountains or an open-concept home if you value privacy. Similarly, your menopause plan must be built to address your specific symptoms, preferences, and lifestyle needs. The foundation of this plan begins with honest self-assessment and awareness of what's actually happening in your body. Start by tracking your symptoms in detail. Use a notebook or digital app to record hot flashes, sleep disturbances, mood changes, and energy fluctuations. Note their frequency, intensity, and any patterns you observe. Are your hot flashes worse at night? Does stress trigger mood swings? Do certain foods seem to exacerbate symptoms? This detailed tracking creates a map of your personal menopause landscape, revealing the terrain you're navigating. Detailed symptom tracking provides crucial data that helps identify your unique patterns and triggers. Next, assess your current lifestyle honestly. Your daily routines, work demands, family responsibilities, and social connections all influence how you experience menopause. Consider how much time you realistically have for self-care, exercise, and meal preparation. Reflect on your stress levels and support network. This realistic evaluation prevents creating a plan that looks perfect on paper but falls apart in practice because it doesn't fit your actual life. With your symptom patterns and lifestyle assessment in hand, you're ready to identify your priority areas. Perhaps sleep disruption is most significantly affecting your quality of life, or maybe anxiety and mood swings are your primary concern. You might be struggling most with weight changes or physical discomfort. By pinpointing your top 1 or 2 priorities, you create focus for your plan rather than trying to address everything simultaneously, which can feel overwhelming and lead to abandoning efforts altogether. Your personalized plan should also account for your preferences and values. If you've always disliked structured exercise classes, forcing yourself into daily yoga sessions will likely lead to frustration. If you value natural approaches, your plan might emphasize herbal remedies and lifestyle modifications before considering hormone therapy. Honoring your preferences increases the likelihood that you'll actually implement and maintain your plan. Creating a personalized menopause empowerment plan begins with understanding your unique symptom patterns and lifestyle realities, then designing strategies that address your specific needs while aligning with your preferences and values. Weaving strategies into daily life. Integrating new practices into your existing routine represents one of the biggest challenges in managing menopause effectively. Even the most well-designed plan fails if it exists only on paper. Success comes from seamlessly incorporating supportive habits into your actual daily life, making them practical enough to maintain even during busy or difficult periods. Dietary adjustments form a cornerstone of most menopause management plans. Rather than attempting a complete nutritional overhaul, which rarely succeeds long-term, focus on strategic additions and substitutions. Start by adding one anti-inflammatory food to each meal, perhaps berries with breakfast, leafy greens at lunch, or fatty fish for dinner. Gradually reduce trigger foods that worsen your symptoms, such as caffeine, alcohol, or highly processed items. Small, consistent changes create a foundation for sustainable eating patterns that support hormonal balance. Think of your daily routine as a river that's carved its path over many years. Attempting to completely redirect this river usually creates resistance and eventual return to the original course. Instead, make small adjustments to the flow, adding supportive practices where natural openings already exist. Perhaps you can incorporate 5 minutes of deep breathing while waiting for your morning coffee to brew, or practice pelvic floor exercises during your commute. These tiny integrations work with your existing patterns rather than fighting against them. Physical movement deserves special attention during menopause, as it provides multiple benefits for metabolic health, mood regulation, bone density, and symptom management. The key is finding forms of movement that feel good in your changing body. Many women discover that their previous exercise routines no longer serve them well during this transition. Listen to your body's feedback and experiment with different approaches. Some days might call for gentle yoga or walking, while others might support more vigorous activity. Exercise should energize rather than deplete you. Creating environmental supports can significantly enhance your success. Make healthy choices the easiest choices by preparing your surroundings. Keep a water bottle visible to remind you to stay hydrated. Store cut vegetables at eye level in your refrigerator for easy snacking. Place a meditation cushion in a prominent location as a visual cue. Set reminders on your phone for brief movement breaks. These environmental adjustments reduce the amount of willpower needed to maintain helpful practices. Stress management techniques deserve particular emphasis, as cortisol fluctuations can exacerbate hormonal symptoms. Identify your personal stress signals, perhaps tension in your shoulders, shallow breathing, or racing thoughts, and develop a menu of quick responses. These might include stepping outside for fresh air, completing a 2-minute breathing exercise, or briefly stretching. Having multiple options allows you to select the appropriate technique based on your circumstances, whether you're in a meeting, driving, or at home. Sleep strategies often require special attention during menopause. Create a sleep environment that supports temperature regulation by using layered bedding that can be easily adjusted, moisture-wicking sleepwear, and keeping a cool room temperature. Establish a consistent wind-down routine beginning 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. This might include dimming lights, eliminating screens, gentle stretching, and relaxation practices. For women experiencing night sweats, keeping a change of nightclothes and a small towel near the bed prevents fully waking when episodes occur. Relationships and social connections influence our health in profound ways, yet they're often overlooked in wellness plans. Consider how you can nurture supportive relationships during this transition. This might mean scheduling regular check-ins with understanding friends, joining a menopause support group, or having open conversations with family members about your needs. Sometimes it also means setting clearer boundaries or reducing time with people who drain your energy or dismiss your experience. The integration process works best when approached with curiosity rather than rigid expectations. Each attempt provides information about what works for your body and life. When something doesn't fit well, view it as valuable feedback rather than failure. Perhaps the timing needs adjustment, the duration should be shorter, or the approach itself isn't right for you. This experimental mindset transforms the integration process into a learning journey rather than a test to pass or fail. How might your approach to menopause shift if you viewed each day as a laboratory for discovering what truly serves your changing body, rather than a battleground where you fight against its natural processes? The dynamic nature of your empowerment plan. Your menopausal experience isn't static. It evolves over time. What works perfectly in perimenopause might become less effective as you transition to later stages. Symptoms often change in nature and intensity throughout this journey. The plan that serves you beautifully this month might need significant adjustments next season. This dynamic reality makes regular revision an essential component of your menopause empowerment plan. Scheduled reassessment prevents the frustration of continuing strategies that no longer serve you. Set calendar reminders to review your plan every 4 to 6 weeks initially, then perhaps quarterly as you gain more stability. During these reviews, return to your symptom tracking and honestly evaluate what's working, what's not, and what might need adjustment. This systematic approach prevents the common pattern of abandoning self-care altogether when challenges arise. The process of revision requires embracing uncertainty. Many women find this particularly challenging, especially if they've previously navigated life through careful planning and control. Yet menopause often requires developing comfort with not knowing exactly what comes next. Like sailing a boat across changing waters, your focus shifts from controlling the ocean to skillfully adjusting your sails in response to current conditions. Remember that plan adjustments signify wisdom, not weakness. Each revision incorporates new information about your body's needs and responses. This accumulated knowledge becomes invaluable, creating an increasingly refined approach that truly honors your unique experience. The woman who can adapt her strategies demonstrates far greater strength than the one who rigidly maintains approaches that no longer serve her. The ARISE Menopause Empowerment Framework. The ARISE framework provides a structured yet flexible approach to creating and maintaining your personalized menopause management strategy. This 5-stage process guides you through developing a plan that truly reflects your needs and circumstances while building in the flexibility required for this dynamic life transition. Assessment: Mapping your menopause landscape. The assessment stage creates the foundation for your entire menopause empowerment plan. This initial phase involves carefully documenting your specific symptoms, their patterns, triggers, and impacts on your quality of life. Beyond physical symptoms, assessment includes examining your emotional well-being energy levels, cognitive function, and relational health. This comprehensive evaluation helps identify which aspects of the menopausal experience most significantly affect your daily life. Assessment also includes an honest inventory of your current lifestyle practices, resources, constraints, and preferences. Understanding your work schedule, family responsibilities, financial considerations, and support network provide crucial context for creating realistic strategies. This realistic evaluation prevents developing a theoretical plan that looks impressive but proves impossible to implement within your actual life circumstances. The assessment process benefits from both subjective experience and objective measures. Consider incorporating baseline measurements like weight, blood pressure, fasting glucose, or hormone panels if accessible. These objective markers can help track physiological changes over time and provide additional data for healthcare conversations. However, your subjective experience, how you actually feel in your body and life, remains the central focus of the assessment process. Reflection and goal setting, defining your direction. The reflection and goal setting stage transforms assessment insights into meaningful direction. Based on your symptom patterns and lifestyle realities, identify which aspects of your menopause experience most urgently needs attention. Rather than attempting to address every symptom simultaneously, focus on one or two priority areas where improvement would most significantly enhance your quality of life. For each priority area, develop specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goals that provide clear direction. Instead of vague intentions like sleep better, create concrete goals such as reduce night wakings from an average of 5 to 2 per night within 2 months, or establish a 20-minute bedtime relaxation routine 5 nights weekly. These precise targets enable you to clearly recognize progress and success. Effective goal setting requires balancing ambition with realism. Goals should stretch you enough to create meaningful improvement, but remain achievable within your current life circumstances. Consider starting with smaller objectives that build confidence and momentum before tackling more challenging aspects of your menopause experience. These initial successes create positive reinforcement that sustains your motivation for continuing the process. Implementation, bringing your plan to life. The implementation stage moves from planning to action, incorporating your selected strategies into daily life. Successful implementation typically begins with preparing your environment to support new habits. This might include restructuring your kitchen for healthier eating, creating a dedicated space for relaxation practices, or setting digital reminders for movement breaks throughout your day. Effective implementation often employs the concept of habit stacking, attaching new practices to existing routines rather than trying to create entirely new behavior patterns. For example, you might practice pelvic floor exercises while brushing your teeth, incorporate a brief meditation while waiting for your morning coffee to brew, or adding a cooling breathing technique to your pre-sleep routine. These connections to established habits significantly increase consistency and sustainability. The implementation process works best when approached with self-compassion rather than perfectionism. Expect occasional missed days or inconsistent practice, especially when implementing multiple strategies simultaneously. The goal isn't flawless execution, but progress over time. When disruptions occur, simply return to your practices without self-judgment or the need to make up for missed sessions. Sustainability and evaluation, measuring what matters. The sustainability and evaluation stage involves regularly assessing both your symptoms and your plan's effectiveness. Return to your symptom tracking to document changes, both improvements and new developments. Notice which strategies seem to create the most significant positive impacts and which prove difficult to maintain consistently. This ongoing evaluation provides crucial data for refining your approach. Evaluation should consider multiple dimensions of effectiveness. Beyond symptom reduction, notice changes in your energy levels, mood stability, cognitive function, and overall quality of life. Sometimes strategies produce benefits in unexpected areas. Perhaps a sleep-focused intervention improves your daytime anxiety, or a nutritional change enhances your cognitive clarity. These secondary benefits often prove as valuable as the primary targeted improvements. The sustainability aspect focuses on honestly assessing which practices you can realistically maintain long-term. Even highly effective strategies ultimately fail if they cannot be integrated into your ongoing lifestyle. This might mean selecting slightly less optimal approaches that you'll actually continue, rather than perfect practices that create burnout or resentment. The most effective plan is one that you can and will maintain through the years of your menopausal transition. Evolution: growing with your changing needs. The evolution stage acknowledges the dynamic nature of menopause and builds in a systematic plan revision. As your symptoms evolve, your body changes, and your life circumstances shift, your management strategies must adapt accordingly. Schedule regular review sessions, perhaps quarterly, to assess your symptoms, evaluate your strategy effectiveness, and make necessary adjustments to your plan. This evolutionary approach prevents the common pattern of abandoning self-care altogether when initial strategies become less effective. Instead, each revision incorporates new knowledge about your body's needs and responses, creating an increasingly refined approach. This accumulated wisdom becomes an invaluable resource, enabling you to navigate each phase of menopause with growing confidence and skill. The evolution process often includes expanding your toolkit over time. As you become more attuned to your changing needs, you might explore additional approaches, perhaps working with healthcare providers to consider hormonal options, investigating new supplements, or adding different movement practices. This expanding repertoire of strategies increases your adaptability to whatever challenges arise throughout your menopausal journey. Framework integration: the cyclical nature of empowerment. The ARISE framework functions as a continuous cycle rather than a linear process. Each component informs and strengthens the others. Assessment provides data for goal setting. Implementation tests the validity of your strategies. Evaluation refines your approach. And evolution creates ongoing adaptability. This cyclical nature allows your menopause empowerment plan to remain responsive to your changing needs throughout the transition. The framework's flexibility accommodates the widely varying experiences of menopause. Women with mild symptoms might move through the cycle less frequently, while those with more significant challenges may engage in more regular assessment and revision. This adaptable structure provides guidance without imposing rigid expectations that fail to honor individual differences. Understanding the interconnections between framework components enhances overall effectiveness. For example, a thorough assessment improves the precision of goal setting, while regular evaluation strengthens the assessment process by revealing previously unknown patterns. This integrated approach creates a self-reinforcing system that becomes increasingly valuable over time as your understanding of your menopausal experience deepens. The practical application of this framework extends beyond symptom management to fostering agency during this significant life transition. By systematically developing personalized strategies, you transform from feeling at the mercy of unpredictable hormonal fluctuations to actively shaping your experience. This sense of empowerment often becomes one of the most valuable outcomes of engaging with the framework process. Creating a personalized menopause empowerment plan using the ARISE framework allows you to understand your unique patterns, develop tailored strategies, and adapt continuously as your needs change. This dynamic approach transforms menopause from something that happens to you into something that happens your way, with your active participation, wisdom, and growing self-knowledge guiding the journey. Embracing the journey. Creating and implementing your menopause empowerment plan isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing practice of self-discovery. Through understanding your unique symptoms and needs, integrating supportive strategies into daily life, and continually refining your approach, you develop both practical tools and deeper wisdom about your changing body. Dr. Christiane Northrup, women's health pioneer, captures this perspective beautifully. The menopause transition is actually a profound developmental stage in which unfinished business from the past comes up once again for resolution and healing, so that we can free our creative energies for their next expression. Your empowerment plan supports not just symptom management, but this deeper evolutionary process. The process of creating and refining your plan cultivates valuable skills that serve far beyond menopause management. You develop greater body awareness, self-compassion, adaptability, and confidence in your ability to navigate change. These capacities represent lasting gifts of the menopausal journey, transforming a challenging transition into an opportunity for meaningful growth. Many women discover that their menopause empowerment plan eventually expands beyond symptom management to support a broader vision for this life stage. As immediate challenges stabilize, attention often shifts toward deeper questions about purpose, creativity, and authentic self-expression. The same framework that helped manage hot flashes can guide exploration of these profound dimensions of midlife transformation. As you implement and refine your personal menopause empowerment plan, remember that its ultimate purpose extends beyond symptom relief to supporting your emergence as a wiser, more authentic version of yourself, one who navigates life with hard-earned wisdom, clear boundaries, and deepening joy in living according to your own compass. Your journey, your way. You've now crafted a personalized blueprint that honors your unique experience of menopause. This menopause empowerment plan isn't just a checklist. It's a living document that will evolve as you do. By tailoring strategies specifically to your symptoms, preferences, and lifestyle, you've created something far more valuable than any one-size-fits-all approach could offer. Remember that integration is key to sustainable change. The dietary adjustments, movement practices, and stress management techniques you've selected must fit naturally into your daily rhythms. Small, consistent actions create the foundation for profound transformation. Whether it's incorporating phytoestrogen-rich foods at breakfast or establishing a 10-minute evening meditation practice, these intentional habits gradually reshape your menopausal experience. Perhaps most importantly, your plan's true power lies in its adaptability. The hormonal shifts of perimenopause and menopause aren't static. They fluctuate and evolve. Your menopause empowerment plan gives you permission to adjust course as needed. What works beautifully today might need refinement tomorrow, And that's not a failure. It's wisdom in action. As we close this final chapter, take a moment to acknowledge how far you've come. When we began this journey together, menopause may have felt like something happening to you, an unwelcome disruption to be endured. Now, you understand that while certain aspects of this transition are biological certainties, how you navigate them is entirely within your control. You've gained a comprehensive understanding of your hormonal landscape. You've explored nutrition that nourishes rather than disrupts your endocrine system. You've discovered movement that energizes rather than depletes. You've cultivated stress management practices that restore your nervous system. And most importantly, you've woven these elements together in a way that honors your needs, your preferences, and your life. This isn't just about managing symptoms, though you now have effective tools for that. This is about reclaiming agency during a phase of life too often surrounded by silence and resignation. Your Menopause Empowerment Plan transforms menopause from something you passively experience to something you actively shape. The path forward may not always be smooth. There will be days when hormonal fluctuations feel overwhelming, or when life circumstances make it challenging to maintain your chosen practices. Be gentle with yourself in these moments. Return to your plan, not with rigid expectation, but with curious compassion. Adjust, adapt, and continue. You are not alone on this journey. Millions of women before you have navigated this transition, and millions stand beside you now. Each time you honor your body's needs, each time you make a hormone-smart choice, you contribute to a growing movement of women refusing to accept suffering as an inevitable part of menopause. This is your menopause, your body, your journey. May the practices and perspectives you've gathered throughout this audiobook serve as faithful companions as you continue to create a midlife experience characterized not by depletion, but by vitality, not by resignation, but by empowerment, not by decline, but by transformation. Menopause happens, but now, more than ever, it happens your way. Final words. You've reached the end of our journey together, but in many ways, this is just the beginning of yours. Throughout our time together, we've explored how menopause, far from being merely a series of symptoms to endure, represents an opportunity to reclaim ownership of your well-being and write the next chapter of your life with intention and knowledge. The path through menopause is as unique as your fingerprint. Some women experience intense hot flashes, while others barely notice them. Some struggle with mood fluctuations, while others find emotional equilibrium. The variability is precisely why the one-size-fits-all approaches so often fail, and why the personalized strategies we've explored matter so deeply. The most powerful insight I hope you take from this audiobook is that you possess remarkable agency in shaping your menopause experience. While hormonal shifts are inevitable, suffering through them needn't be. The food you eat, the way you move your body, how you manage stress, the quality of your sleep, and the supplements you choose, all these factors interact with your changing hormones in ways that can dramatically improve your quality of life. Remember our exploration of nutritional approaches? Those anti-inflammatory foods that help manage hot flashes aren't just good for symptom relief. They're foundational to long-term health beyond menopause. The stress management techniques we've discussed don't just ease irritability now. They're protecting your brain and heart for decades to come. Each strategy serves dual purposes: immediate comfort and lasting wellness. As you move forward, consider creating your personal menopause toolkit, drawing from the various approaches we've covered. Begin with the hormone-balancing nutrition plan that feels most sustainable for your lifestyle and preferences. Incorporate the movement practices that bring you joy, not just obligation. Implement the sleep hygiene techniques that address your particular sleep challenges. Adopt the stress management practices that resonate most deeply with you. Consider the supplements and natural remedies that target your specific symptom profile. Start small. Transformation happens through consistent small actions, not dramatic overnight changes. Perhaps begin with morning meditation and anti-inflammatory breakfast choices. Once these become habitual, add an evening wind-down routine for better sleep. Layer in changes as previous ones take root. I acknowledge that some challenges may require support beyond what this audiobook can provide. For persistent, severe symptoms or complex health situations, working with healthcare providers knowledgeable about integrative approaches to menopause remains invaluable. Use the information here to become a more informed advocate for your care, asking better questions and evaluating recommendations with greater discernment. What matters most isn't perfection, but progress. Some days will be easier than others. You might implement everything perfectly for weeks, then face a stressful life event that temporarily derails your routine. This isn't failure, it's life. The path through menopause, like all meaningful journeys, includes both straightaways and curves. Your resilience lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in knowing how to return to the center when they occur. Throughout history, women have traversed menopause with varying degrees of cultural support and understanding. In some traditions, postmenopausal women were revered as wise elders, their transition celebrated as an entrance into a new phase of power and purpose. While our culture hasn't always honored this transition, you have the authority to reclaim this perspective, viewing menopause not as an ending, but as a threshold to a phase of life rich with possibility and unfolding wisdom. The symptoms that brought you to this guide need not define your experience. They are merely signposts, your body communicating its changing needs. By listening and responding with the strategies we've explored, you transform what might have been a time of struggle into an opportunity for deeper self-knowledge and enhanced well-being. As our time together concludes, I invite you to step forward with confidence. You now possess both understanding and tools to navigate menopause your way, not as something that happens to you, but as something that happens through you, shaped by your choices and perspective. This transition, honored and supported, can become one of the most empowering chapters in your life story. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. This has been Menopause Happens Your Way, menopause symptom relief and hormone-smart lifestyle strategies to help midlife women reclaim energy, balance mood, sleep, and thrive, written by Vera Langston, narrated by Barbara Cannonen.
We appreciate you tuning in to one of our captivating audiobooks. For more immersive experiences, here is another audiobook we're certain you'll enjoy. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video, sharing what you loved about this audiobook in the comments section below, and subscribing for more captivating audiobooks like this. Thanks for being a part of our audiobook community.